Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions, get ready with me kind of thing, mainly on beige cosmetics. Today I focused more on the eyes with the e.l.f. palette, which I am loving already. This is the look right now. I will be taking you guys through everything I do, all the products I've used, and I'm going to go about my day and then come back and check in after work, and then one more at the end of the night, see how this makeup wears throughout the day. I try to use as little as other products or like other brands as possible just because I wanted to mainly focus on beige cosmetics because I got so much of it and I wanted to see how it worked. Try to use as many different kind of like facial products as I could to see how it works. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and see how each individual product wears, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first off, today I'm going to start off with my eyes. So I have a little bit of the Beige Cosmetics Studio Pro foundation on the back of my hand. I'm going to use this as an eye primer just to try it out. I have my Beige Cosmetics concealer brush just to apply this all over my eye. I really want to use as much Beige Cosmetics products as possible today, so that's why I want to see if this has good staying power on my eyelids. So I'm going to apply another thin layer over what I just applied just to see if I can build up this coverage on my eyelids, just because I want it to be real opaque. And I only pumped like half a pump onto the back of my hand. A little goes a long way. Okay, so another thing I'm going to try is their Studio Pro Makeup Brush Cleaner, just because I just used this. I want to see if it works well. So it says to spray onto the bristles of your brush, and then lightly stroke the brush across paper towel, tissue, whatever. So I have paper towels right here. I'm going to fold this one to a little square. And this is supposed to dry quickly so that you can reuse the brush, so we'll see. I mean, I will most likely use this brush later, try to use it with some concealer, see how that works. Seems pretty clean, honestly. The ends of the bristles are white, which is what they were earlier. Pretty impressed. There's still a little bit of color coming off, but of course this is just like a quick cleaning. But yeah, the bristles seem nice and clean, so we will see how it works out later. Okay. So today I want to mainly use the e.l.f. palette just because I've been so excited to use this. I did not want to wait any longer to use it. Okay, so first I'm going to take, I know what I honestly don't have that much of a plan, but I know I want to play with red lips and see how the red lipstick wears throughout the day. So something neutral would be good. I'm going to first take this light shade right here with I'm just going to use my flat shader brush from Beige Cosmetics. It's like the big one. Load this all up onto the brush and just tap that all over. Trying to set that foundation a little bit and give me an easy blending base to work on. I'm going to take a fluffy blender brush from BH Cosmetics and this orangey shade right here. I'm just going to put that through the crease, just to give me a nice transition color. And the black and gold brushes are from the iEssentials 7-piece brush set. So, just in case you're wondering, wanted to see how some of these worked. I'm of course going to use brushes from my Studio Pro brush belt kit. They come in the brush belt. We'll see how that works. I'm so excited to see how these wear throughout the day just because the swatches were so amazing yesterday. Like, everything was good. So I want to see how they work today. I'm going to try to use as many of these products as possible and not pull as many like non-BH cosmetic products as I can. So we shall see. So I want a little more color payoff because with the fluffy brush it's really light, so I'm going to use this angled shadow brush, still in that set. I'm going to try to pack a little bit more into to darken that up. I'm going to take this warm brown shade on the same brush and start to work that into. This color is amazing. I wish I had my camera already so you guys could see this. I'm really excited though because my ring light should be coming tomorrow, which will help a lot with my lighting situation here. So right now, I'm using like a lamp that's like sitting on this corner to light this side of my face. I would sit directly in front of the window, but it's really weird because behind me would be my kitchen, and my kitchen is not the most interesting thing to look at, and I kind of don't want that to be in it. I'd rather have like this white wall. So I'm probably gonna set up my makeup setup like diagonally eventually. I mean, right now I'm already kind of facing the window, it's just this side still needs to be lit. So with the new camera, I will see best lighting situations. If I have to, I will fully face the window and the kitchen's just gonna be my background. So I've just been lightly blending this out. I don't want to build up too much color yet, just because I'm not actually sure what I'm doing with the rest of my face. Okay, so I pretty much built that up to the color that I wanted. I ended up using this BH Cosmetics. It's like a flat-headed brush, and I just used it to blend. Now I'm going to take this brush. It's just like a flat shader brush. And I'm going to take this second color right here and apply that all over my lid. I'm so excited for this color because I swatched it. It was beautiful. Oh yes, this is giving me life right now. I love this. To warm that up a little bit, just because the eye look is so warm, I'm going to take this shade and just layer a little bit on top of that. Just because I do like how bright this is, but I feel like it's not fully being brought together because it's so cool toned versus like the warm tones I have on my eye. So I'm going in with a fluffier pencil brush from the brush belt, the Studio Pro brush belt, and I'm going to take this color and just darken my crease. And of course, blending that back out with the same brush that I used earlier. So now I'm really going to darken out the inner corner with a smaller pencil brush and this dark charcoalish color. I'm also going to mix a little bit of that reddish brown shade into it just so it's not too cool toned here. I really just want to give my outer corner increase a little bit more definition, a little bit more depth. Ooh, I'm liking that already. I'm just going back and forth in between the two colors and really trying to define them. And going back in with that bigger pencil brush to blend that out with whatever color is left on it. Okay, so I like that very, very much. I'm going to take the Beach Studio Pro Onyx Waterproof Gel Liner. I'm going to try this out today. And from that 7-piece brush set, I'm using this little angled liner brush. Oh, I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous because I haven't used this before. I love using new products, but they also slightly terrify me because of the fact that I've never used them before. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the back of my hand just because this is almost a mix between like liquid and gel just because it's not super thick and dry. It's actually kind of hydrating. So I'm going to start off in the middle of my eye and start making a line here towards the outside. Okay, so first impressions on the liner. It is not as black and opaque as I would like it. Like you can build it up, but it's not as opaque as like say my Maybelline Studio Gel Eyeliner. But it works. We will see how it lasts throughout the day. I'm just gonna set it with a flat definer brush. I actually don't even know the name of this brush. They didn't really give me one. And I'm going to go into my Modern Mattes palette. It's the 28 makeup palette. I'm just going to take this black and just set it on top of it. So I applied my Laura Mercier hydrating primer just because my skin is super dry and I can't go a day without primer. So I'm going to take a pump and a half on the back of my hand just to see how much can go. So let's do a pump and a half. I'm gonna try to use this foundation brush, but I also have my beauty blender on standby in case I need to blend furthermore. So just going to take a little bit off the back of my hand and start to literally just paint this on the face. This is a pretty good color match, to be honest. I'm hoping this does not oxidize something on my contact eye. It would really suck if it oxidized. Get under my eye a little bit. The reason why I'm not dotting it all over my face is because I realized this sets decently quickly, I feel like, so I don't want to have any like streak marks or anything like that. We'll see how this works. I read reviews about people with oily skin using it, how it's not so great for that. But I have dry skin, so we will see how it works. This brush is actually blending it out pretty well. That pump and a half did cover my face, but it did give me a pretty thin layer, and I kind of want to see if I can build it up. So I'm going to pump another pump and a half on the back of my hand. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more than half. I like these caps. They're very sturdy, so they're harder to, get on and off, which I like. So if you put it in, like, if you take it with you somewhere, the cap's not just going to, like, fall off. Something's gonna like pump on it. Okay. I hate having my hair like in the way, but what can you do? I always start mainly on my cheeks and then move towards my eye just because I usually put on concealer, so I don't really care for super heavy coverage underneath my eyes. I mean, if it does the job and I don't need it, then, that's great. But we will see here.
Of course, bring down the neck. I want to match, but this is already a pretty good match for me. Like, it's not that far off my skin tone, which I am liking. I feel like I will try this with my beauty blender eventually. I just wanted to try it out with a brush first, just to see how it would work. Especially, I wanted to try out this foundation brush, see how it does the job here. It's doing pretty well. It's not streaky. It's not leaving me like those like brush streaks that you usually get. I always try to blend really well around my nostrils because that is where foundation and stuff, I've noticed some people can get caught and get cakey right here. I'm going to use my finger to just blend a little bit there. So we will see how this foundation lasts. A little bit more on the scar right here.
I like how it's sitting on the skin. Ow, ow, ow! Sorry, the cat is fucking playing with my feet. Sorry, my cat was like grabbing my foot and it was hurting me. So, let's see. Seems like it might be oxidizing a little bit, like it's getting a little darker. But it's not turning like too orange, which is good. It's sitting on the skin pretty nicely. Nothing to complain about right now. Blend around my nose a little bit. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend my forehead a little bit. I don't know why that part looks a little streaky. looks pretty good to me. Pretty good coverage. I'm going to find what palette I can use for concealer, and I will be right back. So I just mixed a couple shades that were more yellow toned, but they weren't light enough, so now I've made my own. Going to apply this underneath the eye, also around the nose a little bit. My allergies are super bad this morning. I'm not digging. It's hard to tell in this camera, but it's sitting really well on the skin. I am liking it. So I'm going to set that with Laura Mercier setting powder, just because I don't have any other setting powder. So yeah, this one seems like a good contour color for me. Either one of these, honestly, the two ends. So I'm going to try this lighter one first with this angled brush that I have from BH Cosmetics. There is a lot of fallout. I'm going to take this peachy one and mix it a little bit with this mauve toned one, just to see how that works. Okay, moving on to brows. I cleaned off that angled brush that I used earlier. So in this brow palette, they have gels and powders. Or like wax and powders. I'm going to use this dark brown wax one first. Now I'm just going to use their Flawless Brow Gel. I have one for me, one for my kit. I'm going to use this one. See how I like it. I do like how the wand is like mascara looking. Okay, so for my inner corner, I'm going to take this I'm going to take this lightest shade, the lighter shimmery shade, and this thin little liner brush and put it on the inner corner of my eye. Since this color is also so magnificently gorgeous, I'm going to take this fluffier brush that I have, use it as a highlighter. Take my 24-hour, the waterproof, First I'm going to take BH Cosmetics waterproof lip liner in Delight. It's just a red. Oh my god, when I swatched this yesterday, I couldn't even get it off with a makeup wipe. I had to use like my micellar water. It's ridiculous. I was debating to use whether I want to use the liquid lipstick or the Color Lock lipsticks, but I want to try out the liquid lipsticks first. So this is the liquid lipstick in Glory. Okay, so I have let my lips dry, popped on some XO Beauty lashes in the Innocent. I love them, they're my favorite. Nothing's come off. It does feel drying, but it's not super uncomfortable. I'm just going to finish off with some NYX Dewy Finish Spray. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. I'm going to go about my day, try out all these products that are on my face, and see how they last throughout the day. I'm most likely going to be using my iPhone. Obviously I can't film during work, but I will do a check-in after work when I get back, see how it wore. I will be trying to pay attention while I'm at work to see how it's wearing, because I do a lot of talking and moving around. So we shall see how it works. I will see you guys in a little bit.
The temperature's rising and here's there's gonna happen. Been waiting for you. Light me up, and maybe I'll let you on it. A little bit dangerous, but baby that's how I want it. A little less intimacy, a little less conversation, and a little more touch my body. 'Cause I'm so into you, I can't wait no more.
So I am back from work. Haven't really looked at my face yet. I did take some pictures, really mostly of my lips because that was the only thing that I really noticed, but we'll get into that. Mirror. The makeup is held up pretty well. Usually by the end of the day, like my contour and my blush and my highlight's pretty much gone, but if you can see it, it's still there. The face makeup has stayed on pretty well. Actually, no, really, really well. I really like it. At first this morning I thought it had oxidized, but it really didn't. It stayed pretty true to like my skin tone and like my skin color. It matched really, really well. Eyeliner stayed pretty good, still black and dark. Eyeshadow is still intact. My eyebrows are still on. My foundation, I can tell it's separated a little bit around my nostrils just because I do have dryness. This is like the driest area on my face. I can see like dry patches, but you know, it's summer, it's hot, dry. Anyways, the first place I usually notice really bad separation of my foundation is on my nose. Maybe because it's oily, but I've never noticed it to be like shiny, but it just separates. I don't know why any foundation I put on there, most of the time it separates. I guess I'm just need to find the right foundation to put on my nose. It's actually not bad. Like, it didn't separate really, really badly. I can definitely see where I may have touched my face. Like, I go like this, or if I scratch somewhere, it's a little bit worn down there. I can see part of like my skin. The concealer stayed on pretty well. It did crease a little bit, just maybe because it was hot and I make a lot of facial expressions during the day. It creased a little bit under my eyes. The mascara, it flaked off a little bit throughout the day. Like, it was a little bit flaky. It wasn't too bad though, but it might also be the fact that I'm wearing like fake lashes. I'm trying to smudge it, and it's not really going, it's not like transferring like a huge smudge, so it is maybe smudge proof, but I'm not sure. I'm like smudging my lower lashes to see if it'll do anything. No, not really. Under my eyes is a little bit, looks a little thick, like it sinked into some fine lines that I have. I can definitely tell that. Hard to tell on this screen though, because, you know, better camera coming soon, I promise. My ring light's supposed to come tomorrow. I'm super excited, but I can't use it yet because I don't have a tripod for it, which is coming in the other order with the camera. Okay, let's talk about lips. So for, I think around, I put it on, I finished my video at around 1:50-ish, because then I had to head off to work. And so I got to work, had it on for about 2 hours, and I just kind of just drank water, and it actually stayed on really well. It was still dry. I do notice that it bunches up a little bit. Not really bunches up, but it feels really dry. Like I'm rubbing and little bunches are coming off, but it's not, probably because it's the one layer. I did eat some noodles, Asian, Chinese noodles, and it did wear off a little bit. I'll insert a picture here. You're back. Cool. It did wear off a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It's not as bad as I've seen some of my liquid lipsticks. So I did was just blot until nothing was really transferring off back onto the paper towel. And I just reapplied a second layer. It didn't look bad. Some liquid lipsticks, I know if you reapply like another layer after it's like completely dry, it gets like really bunchy and stuff like that. It is wearing off on the inner parts of my lip right here. Probably because I drank a lot of water and was talking, and after I ate, I didn't really reapply it for another, let me see, 4 hours. So it's actually doing pretty good for talking and drinking and working for like 4 hours. It stayed pretty well. This foundation is really nice. I'm really digging it. I hugged my boyfriend and nothing came off onto his shirt, which was great. And I even like pressed it against my own shirt, like with my sleeve. I have a black work shirt, so I pressed it to my work shirt trying to see if anything would come off, and nothing was coming off, which is great. Sometimes at the end of the day, I can usually see like lines of where my foundation was, but I don't see that here. Like usually you can see like a different color, but this matched pretty well. Yeah, the liquid lipstick is probably the only thing that really wore down. My eyeshadow is still there, which usually without a primer or even with a primer, sometimes my eyeshadow just disappears if I've had like a really long day and if I was sweating. Yeah, this held on pretty well, and all I did was use my foundation as a eyeshadow primer. So, doing really well. Yeah, I am in love with this look today. Gave me life. I really liked it. I don't really have anything much else to say from far away, though. If you're not looking super close up, looks pretty bomb. I'm pretty impressed. I'm kind of in love with this foundation. This is the Studio Pro HD foundation. Anyone needs to try this. Everyone needs to try this. Honestly, like, I think it's doing well with my dry skin because it does leave, I think, a little bit of a dewy finish. I can see a little bit of shininess on my forehead, but it's not really too much that it bothers me. I've never noticed myself as a super oily person, so maybe I just need to reevaluate my skin. Okay, so that is the end of my video. First impressions, tutorial type thing here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, send me requests, anything like that. Feel free to hit me up. I love people. So I hope you guys have a really great day or a night, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!